Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make the old style Rusko synth. It sounds something like this. We're going to be making this in Massive. So if we open Massive up, what you want to do is we're going to be using first two oscillators. So if we go File New Sound, turn on the first two oscillators. On the first one you want duck organ, which sounds like this. And on the second oscillator, you want, where is it? Disto. However, we're going to be putting this on the performance setting. And then turn the intensity to about halfway. And turn the pitch down by 2 octaves. Now what we want to do is we want to put some modulation in on oscillator 2. So if we turn modulation on and put phase on oscillator 2. Using phase in the modulation section in Massive is a really good way to get your sounds sounding interesting, because if I just move this around while playing a note, you'll hear just how crazy you can get this to sound. So if we put this to about there, so now we've got a nice metallic sounding synth. We want to run it through a daft filter, turn the resonance down and the cutoff down. You won't really hear much as I've got the cutoff down and it's acting as a low pass. But what we're going to do now is get the synth to sound like it's moving. So if you go into LFO 5 and change the LFO type to a performer LFO, and then assign this to the cutoff and drag it all the way up. So you can already hear like it's moving, but it's not particularly interesting. So what we're going to do is we're going to sync it. So that's going to sync it to our BPM. If we change the ratio to 1/12, so it's in 8th note triplets, and then if you click and drag this, so it's on about 3. You can draw in your own pattern. This is just for the tutorial. So you'll have this. And then if you click the load curve button, you can start drawing in your own pattern using these curves. The pattern that I've got for the synth that you heard at the beginning of the video looks like this. So that's how to get the basic sound. Now to do a little bit more processing, you go into the voicing tab, put it on monophonic, unison up to 3, and then turn the pan on, you'll get a nice wide synth. If you want to glide between the notes like this, then by all means have the glide up and then fiddle about this until you get a decent glide time. Next, what you want to do is put some tube distortion on. The way I normally go about tube distortion is I will wax the drive all the way down, wax the dry wet all the way up, and then play a note while moving the drive up. So if we do this, about there sounds okay. So the next part, which really adds to the sound, is by putting a reverb on it. The one thing I like to do to my sounds is I'll put a very tight small reverb on them because it really brings them out. So if we do this quickly. So that's already a big improvement. And if I take it off and with it, so yeah, that's how to make that synth. However, if you are looking for a sub to go under this, the way I'd normally do this is some of you may want your sub to follow the LFO pattern. So what you can do is basically duplicate it, open up massive again, turn off one of the oscillators and change this to anything that's got a sine basically. Right, you want to change this to 1 for unison, so it's mono. Turn off the reverb and the tube distortion. There you can already hear we've got a moving sine wave. If we take this down to about 2 octaves, you've got your you'll have your sub. Some of you may notice that there's clicky parts in the sub. Normally, hopefully if you layer this with drums, you won't really notice it. But yeah, so if you play these together, you'll have the top part and then you'll have the sub underneath, which is moving in exactly the same way. So yeah, that's how to create that. So yeah, see you in the next video.